This is your one and only 𝐈𝐸𝐸81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and in today's Cyberpunk 2077 video, we are going to talk about tips and tricks to becoming OP fast. Let's get to it. The first thing we need to talk about is technical ability. This is by far one of the strongest attributes you can spec into for a multitude of different reasons. The first of those reasons being crafting. Crafting is insanely strong in this game. It always has been, and it will continue to be. It's not quite as completely broken as it used to be when the game was first launched, but it is still extremely strong. And one of the biggest reasons that technical ability is so strong is because of crafting. The first thing crafting does is that it allows you to craft iconic items into their legendary version. Without crafting, you otherwise could not do this. Crafting also allows you to create stronger weapons that are better than any of the other weapons that you're going to find out in the world, either dropped from enemies or in loot chests. If you take a look here, you can see that this common copperhead that I crafted has 56 more damage per second than an uncommon copperhead that I looted from an enemy. Now, you don't have to have a lot of crafting in order to upgrade items. You can upgrade items a little bit with only the base level of 3 in technical ability. This will improve them a little bit. However, anything that you craft is always going to be better than anything that you pick up out in the world if you have the proper perks in your technical ability. One of the perks you can get right from the get-go is Field Technician, which states that crafted weapons deal 10% increased damage. You can also get 200% efficiency, which allows your crafted armor to gain 10% additional armor once you have it maxed out. Crafting also allows you to easily get mods from crafted armor, because when you craft different armor pieces, they will just come with mods on them. Then once you hit level 16, you can get the Waste Not Whatnot perk, which allows you to regain all of the mods that are attached to any item that you break down, meaning that you can easily craft items and then break them down and get the mods off of them to put on whatever armor you are wearing if you are looking for a specific mod. And since they have changed how you obtain crafting specs, you used to be able to get them at fixed locations. Now you can't, you just have to stumble upon them. This makes it a lot easier to get mods that you may be looking for without necessarily having the crafting spec. On top of that, there are also crafting loops that allow you to make infinite money without any kind of crazy exploit nonsense. Once you hit level 14 in technical ability, you can get cost optimization. This allows you to reduce the cost of anything that you craft by 30%. This, along with all of the cost reductions that you get from just leveling the crafting ability, allow you to create a few key items that will sell for more than what it costs for you to buy the components for. The first of those items is in the common category, and that is crafting the Lexington or the Unity. Either of those will get you more money out of them than it costs to craft them once you have cost optimization maxed out and you're getting the full 30% reduction. The downside to this is that's not very much money that you get in return for doing this. However, this will allow you to quickly and easily level up your crafting ability. Once you have crafting leveled up to level 7, you will unlock epic crafting recipes by default. One of those crafting recipes that you unlock is the 𝐸ⴜⴜ I guess that's how that's pronounced, the 𝐻JKE11, which is a smart pistol. This smart pistol will sell for significantly more than it costs to craft it, giving you a much higher return, allowing you to make a lot of money really quickly. All you have to do is go to a vendor that carries the uncommon, rare, and epic components for crafting, purchase all of the components they have, then skip 24 hours, rinse and repeat until you are out of money. Then you can use all of those components to craft a whole ton of these smart pistols and turn around and resell them to the vendor. If the vendor runs out of money, skip 24 hours, the vendor's money will refresh and you can continue to sell to them. Once you reach this point, the only thing that really limits you from buying whatever you want is things that are locked behind street cred. But this does allow you to go out and buy an absolute ton of cyberware and fully kit yourself out super early on in the game. And that leads to the next tip, and that is get double jump as soon as possible. There is a good bit of verticality to this map, and having double jump just allows for so much more maneuverability, and it feels like you're playing a completely different game once you unlock it. You feel free and actually able to explore the world of Night City. There are also a few missions that you can't even complete if you don't have double jump. Now that you are all kitted out with a bunch of cyberware and you have infinite money, let's talk about how to take out enemies quickly and easily. Depending on what mode you are playing on, enemies can be a bit of a pain in the butt, sometimes even one-shotting you with ease. Tech weapons weapons have the ability to shoot through walls, which can be extremely broken early on in the game. It allows you to just avoid enemies altogether and just shoot them through walls while the AI just stands there, because in some cases the AI is not that bright. You can also use a smart sniper rifle to get easy headshots early on in the game as well and quickly take enemies out fast. If you are fighting enemies that are your level and where you are supposed to be in the game, in most cases, shooting them with a smart sniper rifle will take them out in one hit if you manage to pull off a headshot, which is extremely easy to do with a smart sniper rifle because once you've locked onto the head, that's where the bullet is going to land no matter where you are aiming. But let's say you don't like sniper rifles and you want to use something else. Maybe you want to go melee. It takes 15 points into reflexes to have infinite time slow, and you can do that really easily with the 𝐾IANT, I don't know how you pronounce that, 𝐷𝐸𝐻 Mark IV. This slows time to 25% for 12 seconds with a 15-second cooldown. If you have taken the time to level up your crafting, you can easily buy the 𝐷𝐸𝐻 heatsink and craft the legendary version of it, which will give you 4 seconds of cooldown time, and you can slot 3 of them into your 𝐷𝐸𝐻 unit. This means that your 𝐷𝐸𝐻 now has a 3-second cooldown on it, which in itself is crazy strong. But because you now have 15 in reflexes, which allows you to equip that 𝐷𝐸𝐻, you can also buy the epic version of the 𝐴, which means when you dodge while aiming, you will slow time by 80% for 2.5 seconds. When time is slowed, the cooldown timers do not slow down. That means that 2.5 seconds that time is slowed because you use the 𝐴, you will also be counting down your cooldown time for the 𝐷𝐸𝐻, allowing you to just be in perpetual slow motion. If you have 18 points into reflexes, you can buy the legendary version of the 𝐴, which will slow time for 3.5 seconds, which means it is 0.5 seconds over the time needed for your 𝐷𝐸𝐻 to cool down. And if you did not know already, slowing down time in this game is basically like an easy mode button. Most enemies cannot handle you at all, and there are very few that actually have 𝐷𝐸𝐻s equipped as well. Even those that do, when they are using it and can move as fast as you, they're still relatively easy to deal with when time is slow. And last but not least, grenades. While grenades aren't really good at taking out higher threat enemies, they are good at taking out enemies that are close to your level. And that is because the base damage for grenades is based off of your current level. Yes, you can increase that base damage with specific perks, but in most cases, if you are fighting enemies that are your level or slightly above where you are supposed to be playing at on the map, it takes 1 or at most 2 grenades to take out an entire group of enemies. This is even easier if the enemies are huddled around vehicles, because in every case, it takes 2 grenades to blow up a vehicle. You can start right off at the very beginning of the game with a base grenade and throw 2 of them at any vehicle and blow it up. And the subsequent explosion just deals more damage to the enemies. One downside to grenades though is that they do explode in a rather large area and can often kill civilians, triggering the police. So if you are having issues taking out enemies, just throw more grenades and you can easily craft them because you don't need any crafting skill to craft the base grenade. This grenade, while not doing anything special, does do the same amount of damage as all other grenades that you are going to throw. The other fun thing is that you can shoot the grenade with a shotgun relatively easily to blow it up early on the enemy. So you can throw a grenade and immediately shoot in front of you, blowing up the grenade in the enemy's face. Using some or all of these tips can make you feel insanely overpowered and make the game much easier for you, even in some of the harder modes. And that is going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you found this video helpful or informational. If you did, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.